Are we ready to test on subject 0851?
Yes, I believe so. Do we have the formula ready?
Yes.
Alright then. Testing on 23-year-old is a go.
What are you gonna do to me?
Just sit back, relax, and this will all be over soon.
Lockdown protocol initiated. Code red. Lockdown protocol failed. Site unsecured.
Fuck! No! This is impossible. You did all the checks in the formula, right?
Yeah! I never saw anything that would make them this aggressive. The test subjects were even that strong before, and now they're very strong and don't run out of energy.
Oh god.
We have begun tracking a new pathogen that has been spreading around the Boise, Idaho area. At this time, there are around 200 reported cases, and that number is increasing by the minute. We have named this virus HL4. We don't know what type of pathogen it is, whether it's a bacteria, virus, or something else. Hospitals in the local affected area have been reporting that this new pathogen affects 3 different systems in the body: the respiratory, circulatory, and the nervous system. Symptoms of this new pathogen are as follows: heavy cough, congestion, sore throat, fatigue, chest pain, headache, blurred vision, and increased aggression. This is unknown at this time, but we speculate that the virus is transmissible by air, water, and direct contact. We are having some difficulty getting status updates on the virus because hospitals are slow to report new cases. Since this is spreading so fast, it probably won't be long until the entire Boise area is at risk. We need to find out what this is before it gets out of hand. We do not want another global pandemic on our hands.
"911. What is your emergency?"
We have an emergency at St. Luke's Medical Center. The patients have been brutally attacking nurses and are attempting to escape the hospital despite being very sick.
Can you give some more details on how they were attacking the nurses?
They just randomly went into a state of rage after they were previously calm. They started punching, kicking, and pushing the nurses.
And you said they were trying to escape the hospital?
Yes, they did everything in their power to get past the nurses and now trying to get out of the hospital. Oh God, I see them now. I need to hide. Send the police now!
Ma'am, the police are on the way now. Ma'am?
Help!
Please stand by for a message from the mayor of Boise. This is a local access alert that is being relayed through the emergency alert system at the request of the mayor of Boise and the Boise Department of Public Health. The mayor of Boise will shortly speak on the air. Please stand by.
Hello all residents of Boise. My name is Laura McLean, the mayor of Boise. I am broadcasting this message to inform all of you of a new disease that has appeared in Boise. I don't know where this disease came from, but I do know it is very contagious, so we will be putting some new guidelines in place to protect your health. But first, some information about the disease. The disease has been named HL4, and there are currently 800 cases in the city, although that number is increasing by the minute. The symptoms of the disease include heavy cough, congestion, sore throat, fatigue, chest pain, headache, blurred vision, and increased aggression. So, if you see an aggressive individual in public, get away and call the authorities. So for the guidelines, I know that no one likes it, but it's for your own health and safety. I ask that you please wear a mask in public and distance yourself from others. If possible, stay in your homes and don't leave for non-essential purposes. I hope this disease will be eradicated quickly so that we can all return to normality. Thank you for your cooperation and please stay safe.
That was a message from the mayor of Boise. Thank you for participating in this local access alert. Normal programming will now resume.
Welcome back to NBC Boise 7 News at 8. And we have some breaking news that has shown up recently in Boise. A new, unknown disease is spreading around the Boise area, and cases are rising fast. There are now approximately 4,000 cases, compared to around 800 just 8 hours ago. We are also getting reports of cases in Nampa and Caldwell. This virus is spreading really quickly, and officials say this disease is likely transmissible by air. It is currently unknown where this disease originated from, whether it be from a lab or a mutation from another existing disease. The mayor of Boise has implemented temporary guidelines for all residents to follow. You should wear a mask when in public and avoid large gatherings by maintaining a safe distance from others. You should not leave your home for non-essential purposes. The disease has the ability to make infected persons extremely aggressive. You should not confront any aggressive individual for your own safety. We will continue to deliver information on this disease as soon as it becomes available. Stay tuned to NBC Boise 7 News for further updates.
We have some new information on HL4, the disease that has been spreading throughout the state of Idaho. This disease is nothing like we have ever seen before and was likely leaked from a lab around the Boise area. The disease has been rapidly spreading across the state. We have learned that this disease is a virus, not a form of bacteria. We have also learned that some frightening facts about this new virus. The first is that the increased aggression in infected persons is due to the virus being able to violently spike the person's adrenaline and dopamine levels. This causes the infected person to have so much energy that they're put into a state of rage. They stay in this enraged state until the energy is used up, then the adrenaline and dopamine levels drop to really low levels, putting them into a calm, emotionless state. What we have also learned is that this virus has the ability to speed up the aging process to extremely fast rates, causing the infected person to die essentially from old age when they're still young. We believe the amount of energy used in the enraged state is so high that the body starts to age at an exponential rate to provide enough energy for the person. This makes the virus extremely dangerous and older people at a greater risk. We urge that the entire state of Idaho be put under lockdown. This virus is already spreading out of the state and into Canada.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Idaho Emergency Management and the Centers for Disease Control. Civil danger warning for the entire state of Idaho. The new virus, named HL4, has been spreading rapidly across the state of Idaho and into surrounding states. This virus is extremely dangerous to those that contract it, having an 80% mortality rate. Symptoms of this virus include heavy cough, congestion, sore throat, fatigue, chest pain, headache, blurred vision, increased aggression, pale skin, muscle weakness, and for severe cases, death. As of 3 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, the entire state of Idaho is under lockdown. No one will be allowed to leave or enter the state. All flights leaving Idaho have been canceled. If you attempt to leave the state of Idaho, you will be met with force by the National Guard and the United States military. To protect your life, take the following actions immediately. Close and lock all windows and doors. Close all blinds, shades, and shutters. Turn off all heating and air conditioning systems and close all fireplace dampers and vents. This virus is airborne. You should not go outside for any reason to protect your life. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Do not touch your face, nose, or mouth. Stay tuned to news outlets and local media for future updates on this event.
Event type is biohazard effective for the provinces of British Columbia and Alberta. This alert is brought to you by Health Canada. A new disease has been rapidly spreading throughout the affected regions. The virus, named HL4, is a very dangerous virus that affects the body's respiratory, circulatory, and nervous system. The HL4 virus has the ability to cause aggressive behavior in those infected. This causes a very large amount of energy to be used, which speeds up the human aging process, resulting in many patients dead. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Avoid public gatherings at this time and stay in your homes at all times if possible. Please stay tuned for more updates on the HL4 virus.
Ce type d'événement est un risque biologique efficace pour les provinces de la Colombie-Britannique et de l'Alberta. Cette alerte vous est présentée par Santé Canada. Une nouvelle maladie s'est propagée rapidement dans la région touchée. Le virus, nommé hectolitre 4, est un virus très dangereux qui affecte le système respiratoire, circulatoire et nerveux du corps. Le virus hectolitre 4 a la capacité de provoquer un comportement agressif chez les personnes infectées. Cela entraîne l'utilisation d'une très grande quantité d'énergie, ce qui accélère le processus de vieillissement humain, entraînant la mort de nombreux patients. C'est une situation extrêmement dangereuse. Évitez les rassemblements publics en ce moment et restez chez vous en tout temps si possible. Veuillez rester à l'écoute pour plus de mises à jour sur le virus hectolitre 4.
It has been around a week since our last update, and things are not looking too good. The HL4 virus has spread throughout the western United States, with most western states being affected. The virus has also spread to Canada, and it probably won't be long until it spreads into Mexico. HL4 is rapidly causing many deaths around the west coast, and local governments are starting to crumble from the situation. Many people are starting to call this virus the half-life virus, because it essentially cuts a person's lifespan in half. Fortunately, we have collected many samples of this virus and plan to start working on a vaccine or cure in the next couple days. The chemical makeup of this virus is nothing like anything seen before, and it certainly could not have evolved from another disease. We have concluded that this virus was made in a lab and was leaked into the public, whether it was intentional or not. All affected states have implemented guidelines for residents to follow to control the spread of the disease, but are considering recommending a lockdown for all western states. We will, however, not resort to this at this time.
Alerta de emergencia para México solicitada por el gobierno mexicano. Un virus, llamado virus HL4, ha llegado desde los Estados Unidos a México. El virus es capaz de propagarse rápidamente a través del contacto directo, el aire y el agua. Los síntomas de este virus incluyen tos fuerte, congestión, dolor de garganta, fatiga, dolor de pecho, dolor de cabeza, visión borrosa y aumento de la agresión. Este virus es particularmente peligroso porque tiene la capacidad de hacer que las personas afectadas entren en un estado extremo de ira, lo que consume gran parte de la energía almacenada de la persona. La energía utilizada durante este estado es tan grande que acelera el proceso de envejecimiento humano, causando que la víctima muera de vejez cuando aún es joven. Todos los residentes de México deben extremar las medidas para no contraer este virus. Mantenga una distancia de 2 metros entre usted y los demás. Lávese las manos regularmente y evite tocarse la cara. No debe abandonar su lugar de residencia por ningún motivo. Apague todos los sistemas de aire acondicionado para evitar contraer este virus por aire. Si sospecha que alguien en su familia ha contraído el virus, comuníquese con las autoridades de inmediato. Este virus es increíblemente peligroso y lo más probable es que provoque la muerte si se contrae. Estén atentos para más actualizaciones.
Things are starting to get dire for the United States. The HL4 virus, also called the Half-Life virus, has reached every part of the mainland United States, and people are dropping like flies. We probably should have done this way earlier, but we propose that the United States go into full lockdown as an attempt to control the virus. We hate to say this, but this virus has world-ending potential if it's not contained. No one in any part of the world has the immune strength to fight off this virus. We recommend that no one leaves their homes for any reason. They should have enough food, water, and supplies to last them at least 14 days. We will be talking with the World Health Organization here soon to discuss a plan for the rest of the globe. As for an update on the vaccine or cure, it's not going too well. This virus can power through just about every drug we throw at it, and new drug trials are being delayed due to this virus' properties being very difficult to study properly. As of now, all of the United States can go into a lockdown. HL4 has gotten dangerously far.
Please stand by. A national emergency is currently ongoing. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Centers for Disease Control. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Please give your full attention to this alert as it contains life-saving information and instructions. Please stand by. The HL4 virus, also known as the Half-Life virus, has rapidly spread throughout the United States and is continuing to spread at a rapid rate. This virus has some properties that make it particularly dangerous. The virus is able to spread by direct contact, water, and air, making it difficult to avoid being infected. HL4 also has the ability to increase aggression and speed up the aging process of infected persons. Symptoms of the virus include heavy cough, congestion, sore throat, fatigue, chest pain, headache, blurred vision, increased aggression, pale skin, muscle weakness, and for most cases death will occur. You should shelter in place immediately to protect your life. Close and lock all windows and doors. Turn off all heating and air conditioning systems. Close all fireplace dampers and vents. Seal all cracks on doors and windows with tape or damp towel. Make sure you have enough supplies to last you and your family at least 14 days. You should only use bottled or pre-packaged water for drinking and bathing. If you must, boil all water from faucets before use. As of 8:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the entire United States is in lockdown. No one will be allowed to leave or enter the country. All flights to and from the United States have been canceled. Martial law is now in effect for the entire United States as an attempt to slow the spread of this virus. Anyone caught outside of their home will be arrested or even shot on sight. All normal programming will cease following this message. Please tune to emergency programming for additional information.
Your normal programming has been interrupted to bring you this important message from the United Kingdom Department of Health. An emergency alert will soon air. Please be patient and wait for further instructions. Your normal programming has been interrupted to bring you this important message from the United Kingdom Department of Health. An emergency alert will soon air. Please be patient and wait for further instructions. A new virus has made its way into the United Kingdom. The virus, named HL4 and nicknamed the Half-Life virus, has begun spreading in the United Kingdom. HL4 originated in the United States and was likely brought to the UK by a traveller. This virus is capable of spreading rapidly and has a very high mortality rate. If you exhibit any of the following symptoms, seek medical attention immediately. Heavy cough, congestion, sore throat, fatigue, chest pain, headache, blurred vision, increased aggression, pale skin, and muscle weakness. New health guidelines will be put into place as an attempt to prevent the spread of this virus. A curfew is now in effect for the entire United Kingdom. You should be in your home with all doors locked by 9 p.m. and should stay inside until 6 a.m. Anyone caught outside during these hours will be detained by the authorities. You should wear a facial covering when in public and maintain a safe distance from those around you. Further measures will be taken if necessary. Please stay tuned to the media and official websites for further updates.
こちらはですね、1億2000万の日本市場韓流に完全開放。今日これ各国の大手メディアに躍った見出しなんですが、実は今日から日本政府は外国人アーティストが来日する際の公用ビザの要件を大幅に緩和。
東京都、埼玉県、神奈川県、千葉県、茨城県に緊急事態宣言が発令されています。致命的なウイルスがこれらの地域全体に蔓延しています。HL4 と呼ばれるこのウイルスは米国で発生し、観光客を通じて日本に広がった可能性が高い。このウイルスには人間の老化プロセスを加速させる未知の特徴があります。また、感染者に極度の攻撃性を引き起こす可能性もあります。このウイルスは空気感染するため、すべての住民は外出する際に注意する必要があります。屋外に旅行するとき。
もう日本で実績ある団体が招いてくれるんであれば、もう経験問えませんということになるわけです。するとどうでしょう。
This is an emergency message from the World Health Organization. There is a possibility for another global pandemic if this issue is not addressed. The virus, HL4, which originated in the United States, has spread throughout the world. This virus is very deadly. It has some very strange characteristics. HL4 has the ability to spike adrenaline and dopamine levels in infected individuals to extremely high levels. This causes a variety of problems, starting with it sends the person into an extreme rage state where they will use so much energy that the body will start to age at a faster rate than usual. We have never studied anything like this, and it's clear that the CDC hasn't either. The CDC has sent over a virus information to us, and we are currently working our hardest on developing a vaccine or a cure. We will most likely develop a vaccine because this virus has the potential to kill within weeks of infection, and saving the unaffected will be the easier option. However, as we said before, the virus has extreme capabilities and is almost impossible to kill with normal drugs. We will try to contact the lab that leaked this virus, but its whereabouts and contact information is unknown. I assure you that we will find a vaccine, and this is not the end of the world. Thank you for listening.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Australian Government Health Department and the Australian Defence Force. It has come to our attention that the American virus HL4 has entered the country and is spreading rapidly through densely populated areas, with cases being reported in every state. Residents in Queensland, New South Wales, and Victoria should be on high alert and take extra precautions. HL4 is an extremely dangerous and contagious virus, and is capable of speeding up the human aging rate to extreme speeds, causing death within a few weeks of infection. The virus is capable of spreading through air and water, as well as direct contact. If you see or know anyone infected with HL4, you should kill them immediately to prevent further spread of the virus. Their deaths are inevitable, and prolonging their deaths will make the situation worse. Remain away from affected cities and areas including Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. A vaccine for this virus is currently being developed. This is not the
The progression of HL4 throughout the world is getting worse day by day, but we are thankful to say that we have a breakthrough. We were contacted by an unknown source about the potential vaccine and after testing, confirmed it. They're going to be connected shortly, and they claim that they were the lab that leaked this virus into the world. We will now put them on a line. We need more information about you and your potential vaccine. Also, while you're here, why don't you tell us about who you are and why you released this virus?
Okay, yes. So I'm an executive at the lab that leaked the virus, and we are about 70% complete on a vaccine. We are able to quickly develop a vaccine before we already knew the chemical makeup and properties of the virus, although we didn't think we needed to make a vaccine before. I already sent you a sample, and we'll be updating you on our progress, and we'll then send the final product. About who we are, we're an undocumented lab located near Boise, Idaho. I'm just going to put this out there. We did not release this virus into the world intentionally. What happened was we were developing a new type of execution. We attempted to make a virus that could speed up the aging process so that prisoners could die of old age when they were still young. However, we overlooked a couple things, and it bit us in the ass, to say the least. First, the virus wasn't supposed to spread easily, and second, the virus was not intended to send a person into a rage. On our first test, things went horribly wrong and the site was breached, and thus the virus released.
You know that you will serve major penalties for this incident, right?
Yes, but right now that is not what matters. What matters is that we finish this vaccine before the world ends.
You're right. We will work with you on finishing this vaccine, then mass produce it and distribute it across the globe. But do not forget what you did.
Please stand by. This is a national emergency. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, in coordination with the United States government and the Centers for Disease Control. This is a national emergency message. A national emergency is currently ongoing. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. All persons listening to this message must pay close attention. The emergency alert system has been activated. The rapid spread of the HL4 virus is continuing to worsen. The virus has been reported in most countries around the world and is continuing to spread. The United States has been brought to a standstill because of this virus, and resources are running low. The lockdown has helped in controlling this virus, but it still has not been fully controlled. The Centers for Disease Control and the World Health Organization are currently working on a vaccine and are approximately 80% complete. Due to this, the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the United States military have set up safe zones around the country in less affected areas. Uninfected persons will be allowed to enter these safe zones to stay until the vaccine has been completed and to receive a dose. To enter a safe zone, you must fit all of these criteria. You must not be infected with the HL4 virus, you must be a citizen of the United States, and you must be subject to a 5-day quarantine upon entering a safe zone. If you fit all of these criteria, make your way to one of the following zones now. Tulare, California, Elko, Nevada, Prescott, Arizona, Great Falls, Montana, Woodland Park, Colorado, Childress, Texas, Columbus, Nebraska, Marshall, Minnesota, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Washington, Georgia, Lynchburg, Virginia, Lafayette, Indiana, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, Montpelier, Vermont. Make sure you bring all important documents with you. If you are infected and approach one of these zones, you will be shot and killed. Space is limited. Take action now. Thank you for participating in this national emergency message.
We have been working with the World Health Organization to finish developing a vaccine, and we are pleased to say that it is complete. After many trials and tests, we have found a formula that defends against the virus and kills it in its early stages. Both the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control are mass producing this vaccine. Any non-infected person will be able to receive the vaccine. We will distribute the vaccine to the safe zone set up in the United States and across the world. The lab that mistakenly released the virus has provided us with crucial information about the virus that we could assist them in making a vaccine formula. We plan to start distributing the vaccine immediately.
Administrative message for the entire United States. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. All clear. Repeat, all clear. The HL4 virus, also known as the half-life virus, has been contained in the United States. The vaccine was successfully distributed across all safe zones and all refugees have received the vaccine. If you are uninfected and still have not received the vaccine, safely make your way to a designated safe zone now. Be sure to take all precautions to avoid contracting the virus on your journey. All uninfected persons will be allowed to receive the vaccine. As of now, it is only a matter of time before the last infected person dies, and the virus is eradicated. All residents are now allowed to exit safe zones, and residents not in safe zones are free to exit their shelter. Be advised that there may still be infected in your area. Authorization has been given to execute the infected on site. Use a ranged weapon such as a firearm or any sort of deadly projectile to execute the infected. It is not advised to engage in melee combat with the remaining infected. Emergency supplies will be distributed across the country and will be given to survivors. Restoration and cleanup efforts will begin following this message. Whoever leaked this virus will be held accountable and charged. America has won the war with the HL4 virus. All clear. Repeat, all clear.